He managed to activate hypersleep mode again with a very limited time because the remaining oxygen in the capsule is only 2%. By pressing on the wound he made on his hand, Liz tries to recover his memory. It didn't just stop there. Liz deliberately electrocuted herself by trying to damage the capsule. The shock after shock he received made Liz remember about Leo's death in the hospital due to a virus. Before dying her husband whispered that they would meet again. Liz also tried to contact Alice Hansen in Paris, and it turned out to be her mother. Liz is crying, she is desperate, and this is the peak. Liz is preparing to commit suicide. With 6% oxygen in the capsule remaining, he chose the extreme measure of opening the capsule. When Milo was counting down to decompress, suddenly Liz canceled the order to open the capsule. He remembered that Leo had also entered the capsule and seemed to be on the same plane as him. His guess might not be off the mark because Milo then said that there were 10,000 units of unicorns on board. When Milo opened access so that Liz could see the others, he was surprised by the figure of a person who appeared in front of him with a shattered face. It seemed he was trying to get out of the capsule prematurely. The sight that Liz saw was so amazing that in the midst of her urgent situation, she could see how the plane carrying 10,000 Omicron units was moving away from the Earth. Liz asked how many units of capsules were damaged like her capsule, and it turns out that of the 467 units, only the trim is still alive. The rest are damaged and died from an asteroid collision. Liz is still trying to find Leo, who is also on the plane with him. After trying to remember the numbers from Leo's capsule code, he was finally able to access Milo to see his husband's face fast asleep in the capsule. But he didn't have the scar on his forehead like he remembered Leo had before. On his remaining oxygen, he chose to do further investigation. He saw a video presentation regarding memory transfer from the elderly version of Liz. And from here, finally, Liz realized that she and the 10,000 people in the capsule were genetic clones with the original personality and memories of the owner of the DNA. Everything that Liz does and remembers while in the capsule is what the original Liz has, including his memories of Leo. This fact made Liz a bit sad because he realized that he was just a clone. The woman who called him was the real Liz. When realizing all of that, Liz is frustrated. She feels worthless, with only 4% of his oxygen remaining. In the midst of his despair, he also dreamed of living with the cloned version of Leo. It made Liz try one more last-ditch effort to survive. Oxygen level remaining 3%, Milo activates euthanasia protocol, as his chances of survival are 0. Luckily, Liz managed to thwart the lethal injection and transfer the command function of the system to the processor for oxygen. Liz wants to reactivate her hypersleep procedure, but she has to attach all the cables connected to her veins. Oxygen levels decreased to 2%. He attempted to insert the needle again into the vein and succeeded in reattaching all the tools that were previously connected to his body. Chances of him surviving are still 0%. Liz activates the hyperslip protocol after she orders Milo to change his oxygen connection from someone else's dead cloned capsule. Liz's attempt to survive was successful. He was enveloped in a cocoon again after the active hyperslip, and Milo also managed to transfer oxygen to his capsule. Clones of Leo and Elizabeth then appear on a new planet. They survived after a long journey of 34 light years. On the planet, they also live together.